Okay. All right. Well, there we go. So now I'm going to, I guess I'm here. Hey, Saya. It looks like you're the only one here just yet. But I'm going to go ahead and start the timers because otherwise, yeah, just because. There we go. Now let me get this out of the way. There's that. Those are going the way they should be. Yes. Okay. All right. So, hey, how's it going? Floating head again. Yeah. I'm going to do the floating head, I think, most of the time. You know, when I'm doing that, you know. I need to do something about how I can, here, let me do this. I think I can do this. Let me, actually, here, I can put this back over here. Let me do docs. Where is the chat doc? Let's do it this way. And there we go. All right, that'll be easier for me to move around however I want. And holy mackerel, what's going on here, you thing? All right, so can my first trigger be finger tracing? Okay, maybe so. Okay, hey, Ann77. Hey, Rob, how's it going? Hey, Salvador, how's it going? Hey, Lego J. And yeah, the head floats, right? I like it. Hey, Legendary Aiden. Hey, James, how's it going? So, well, I hope none of you really find the floating head disconcerting, you know. I think it's cool. I really like it, so that's why I'm doing it. I don't know. Well, hey, Salvador, how's it going? Hey, Fafum, or should I say Fafum? I'm not sure. I apologize for, you know, if and when I screw up people's names and the like, but man, you know, this suit is a little warm. Usually I'm cold down here, but you know what I think I might do, just because I'm in the mood to it. I think I'm going to start off with gaming at first, and I'll try to keep up with people's whatever, but I'm going to do, I figured I would do this time. Let me move my head just a touch more out of the way. There we go. Or maybe I'll move myself up here. Oh, you know, no, I won't be doing that because I'll put it here, but I'll have to move it, won't I? Because it grows, doesn't it? All right, well, here, let me move the OBS window out of the way. Let me move the chat dock over here so I can see it better. Okay, here we go. MSC's got something for me. That's a pretty good one, MSC. Right on. That's a good one. Okay, let's get down to 1. And yeah, let's like that, I guess. And let's see what we got here. Well, no cushy. And there we go. A little bit of something there. Oops. And oh man, that's not a very good one, is it? What is that going to be? All right, I'm going to try plum, see what that gets me. Okay, being maybe? Nope. Oh, I should have been paying better attention. It should begin, I guess, then, isn't it? Nope, it's not begin because there's the E in that. Binge. I should pay better attention, huh? Well, what do you know? I got the first one. You know, the past couple of days I've done rather poorly on this. I've barely gotten out of 8, you know? I think the other day I did just 8, and then I broke it on the 9th. I think I did that like 2 or 3 days in a row. So probably scorn. And that one's probably eject, isn't it? There we go. now that we're into August, how is everybody's summer going, right? I guess most of the kids are almost done with their vacation now, right? Don't they? When I was a kid, we didn't start until, was it after Labor Day, I guess? Oops. So September sometime, right? But it seems that kids start earlier now than when I was young. And what is this? Tiger? Okay. Hey, we made it past 3. What do we have here? I'm going to put in plum again. Wow, okay. Probably spoon, yeah? Okay. What's that one going to be? Outdo. Okay, hang on, we got some. Oh, you know, I did bookmark it, and yeah, I guess we could try that later. I'm going to see how far I can get with this, and then I'll do some triggers, and then instead of playing more of this later, I'll try to do that later. Oh, no, it's not outdo, it's going to be outgo, isn't it? Yikes, okay, well, maybe I'm almost done with this. So what is that going to be? No, not needy, weedy? I guess that's really what it's got to be, is weedy, isn't it? What's that other one there? Raced. What else could that be? Raced. I'm going to try raced. Yeah, maybe I'm done. No. All right. Well, that's the end of that. Well, let's go try the other one then. What was it? It's this guy here. Okay. What do I? Oh, okay, interesting. All right, well, if I clear my browser's cache, which I don't know, do I do that all that often? I don't know. Okay, well, I think, well, I don't even have a sound thing on here right now. My audio is turned off so that it doesn't get feedback in here. So what do I want to do? You know, how about we learn about the trail first, just because. Hello, what's going on here? Am I not in here? Oh, it doesn't take it off the pad. It has to take it up here, does it? Or does it? What the hell? What's going on here? What's going on now? Something weird is happening. I don't have a mouse anymore. What did it just tell me about that? There it is. Okay, what is this now if I do it? Interesting. It won't take. There we go. Now it is. Yippee-yi-yay. Why wouldn't it take the thing here? Try taking a journey by a covered wagon across 2,000 miles of plains, rivers and mountains. Try on the plains. Will you slosh your oxen through mud and water-filled ruts, or will you plod through dust 6 inches deep? I don't know. Cross the rivers. Do I have money? Or you ford the river and hope you and your wagon aren't full. All right. Okay, man, this people are making comments. Where'd it go? Okay, there we go. Oh, back in the 90s, all right. And they're bare in the mountains, okay. Navigate the Columbia River, but if running the rapids makes you queasy, you better take the Barlow Road. Okay. I don't survive, or if thieves steal your wagon, or you run out of provisions, or you die of cholera, excuse me, man, my brain just won't work tonight. Okay, so I guess we're just supposed to keep trying, okay. Control S. You may turn off the sound or off during your program by Alright, the escape key, software team responsible. Okay, well, how about we travel the trail? Time for some good sleep. Alright, well, hope so, Lucas. Alright, well, let's try traveling the trail, I guess, shall we? Okay, many kinds of people made the trip to Oregon. All right, well, let's get some feedback from the audience, shall we? How should we travel? Does anybody have any preferences? What do I do with my water bottle? Give me 1 quick second. I forgot it. I feel like I should get a green bottle or something, so that way I don't know. Take 3, okay, we'll do 3. What is the first name of the wagon leader? I guess I'm going to use my name, how's that? And, oh, sorry, I guess I picked a, all right. What are the first members of the other? Okay, so we need some names. So who wants to be one of my party members? Who wants their name up there? Otherwise, I'm just going to randomly make up names. That's what I wanted to do, but does anybody want to volunteer, or I'll just pick their name? All right, James, you're going to get one. And Paladin will get one. And Lucas gets one. Anybody else? You know what? I'm going to stick you in there, MSE. It's 1848. You're jumping off place for Oregon, Independence, Missouri. You must decide which month to leave. Independence. So, Horatio van Platz. You know, I'm trying to think. Because I think they left really early. Because I think that was the thing about the Donner Party, is they left like later than people normally did, and that's what screwed them over. Well, that and there are a few, that whole mess of things just went against them. That was, man, I can't even imagine how horrible that would have been. Yikes. Well, shall we just go, or shall I ask for advice? What does anybody think? I'm going to just go. How about we just say March? Let's just start early. You should buy equipment and supplies. I have $400 in cash, but you don't have to spend it all. No, I don't want to spend it all now, although $400 back then was quite a bit of money, wasn't it? All right, well, let's see. You can buy whatever you need at Matt's General Store. Okay. Hello, you're Matt. So you're going to Oregon. You can fix up with a team of oxen to pull a wagon, clothing for both summer and winter. Okay. Plenty of food, ammunition, and spare parts for the wagon. I have $400. Which would you like to buy? Okay, so well, I think we need oxen. I think we need all of them, don't we? Which item would I like to buy? I can only buy one? Or do you have to buy them like one at a time? Buy liquor and Doritos, yeah. Well, you know, I'm going to say, well, let's just do, all right, let's buy oxen. There are 2 oxen in a yoke. I reckon at least 3 yoke. $40 a yoke. How many do you want? All right, let's get 3. Let's see what this does yet. All right, so far, wow, it took up a lot of money, didn't it? So food. Well, let's just see what happens. I may have to go back and redo things, huh? Let's see about food. How many pounds of food do we want? Okay, wait, they say, I reckon we take 200 pounds of food for each person. So we need 1,000 pounds, and it's 20 cents a pound. I'm not going to do the math in my head, so let's just say I want 1,000 pounds, right? What is this going to do? Holy mackerel, I only have 80 bucks left. I'm going to have to go take some stuff out, aren't I? All right, what does clothing cost? How many sets of clothing do you want? Well, if we have, let's say 10. I don't think I have enough for 10. I have 320, so I have 80. So I can get, well, I'll just get 8 sets of clothes then, and we'll just have to make do with sharing stuff. All right. Well then, you're ready to start. Good luck. All right, hey, look at all these people. Independence out of weather, cold, health good, pace steady, rations filling. Well, I guess let's continue on the trail, huh? I mean, I have no idea what to expect of this thing. Independence, it takes 120 miles to the Kansas City crossing. All right, let's see what that gets us. Please enter the size. Press enter to size up the situation. I don't know what they mean. All right. Oh, I see. I can just kind of, all right. Well. All right, I'm not sure. Where you are now at Kansas River Crossing. Would you like to look around? Well, you know what? I've just been kind of doing this without paying attention to you guys. What should we do? Should we look around? I'm going to say we should look around. What do you think? Wait, what? 1848. No, less for you to watch TV by candlelight. That's funny. Yeah, let's look around. Why not? Yeah. Wow. All right. I guess this was the thing, right? That would have been like, hey, look, graphics. Oh, I was wondering, oh, I just realized what I have is I have my speakers muted, but the headphones are coming out of the audio interface are actually going. So I can't actually do anything though, like looking around, right? It doesn't, never mind, let's do that. Okay, so you're not really, you just get to see a picture, I guess. I guess let's check our supplies, shall we? See how bad off we are. I better hope we don't run into any bad people, huh? I have no money left. I suppose I should have been more, thoughtful about what we bought, huh? I guess let's continue up the trail, yeah? I must cross the river in order to continue. The river at this point is currently 630 feet across and 5.1 deep in the middle. Weather cold, river depths. I may attempt to ford the river. Take a ferry. I don't have any money for the ferry, so we can't do that. It's in March. I'm going to say... I don't know. I don't want to attempt to ford the river. Do we want to caulk it? Let's try caulking it. What do you think? And yay for those great graphics. Yay, okay. From Kansas City crossing to the Big Blue River crossing. Health good, weather cold. Miles traveled so far. Yeah, all right. So, okay, let's, I guess. Please enter. What did I do that I did? I guess I wasn't paying attention. Continue up the trail. Shall we look at the map? So where did we get to now? I wasn't really paying attention, to be honest. Well, we barely started, haven't we? I suppose there's stuff I'll just have to learn as we go. James has a snake bite. Well, I guess, I don't know, am I supposed to... You are now at Big Blue River crossing. Would you like to look around? Yes. Yay. What is my choice? Continue up the trail. Oh, is my timer going off? Thank you. All right, well, I'm going to take a quick break, so I'll be right back, I guess. I don't know. All right, anyway, I'll see you guys in a minute. We're here now. Okay. Yes, I guess I'm back. All right. Where are we at now? Weather's still cold. Health is good. Pace is steady. Let's continue on the trail, I guess. Yeah, is there any reason to not do that? Oops, it's not doing the thing again. I'm in the wrong window, I guess, aren't I? There we go. I must cross the river in order to continue. The river at this point is 233 across and only yes. I'd say ford the river. That doesn't seem that deep to me. Oh no. From Big Blue crossing is 118 miles to Fort Kearny. Oh man, we're chewing through that food, aren't we? All right, let's see what's this say. Yeah, I want to look at the map real quick just because, I don't know. All right, so we're almost getting towards Fort Kearny. This is actually our first sort of fort-looking thing, isn't it? I don't know, will we actually see something there? I don't know. Yeah, let's continue up the trail, I guess. Wait, hang on. Hey, Bill, just now joining. I also remember playing Oregon Trail. Okay, well, that's cool, Tom. Yeah, this is, well, I'm too old to have played this during school time. There were no such programs when I was a kid in school. Press enter to decide that, hey, it looks like I'm coming up to a fort. What do you know? I'm now at Fort Kearny. Yes, I would like to look around. Why not? Hey, look, there's some army guys. does that come through? I think it might be too quiet for my tracking headphones over there, or making little musical noises from the game. All right, yeah, that's nice. Hi, Army guys. I guess let's continue on the trail, shall we? Okay. Oh no, severe blizzard. We might as well size up the situation, I suppose, although it seems like I'm more or less given the... Yeah, I don't know. One of the oxens is injured. Okay. That's interesting. It gives you these little bits of information, like James got bitten by a snake a while back, and then now one of the oxen is injured, but I don't know. It doesn't seem to give me anything to do about it. Well, let's size up the situation. Do we want to stop to rest, I guess, since the thing is... Let's do that. Let's see if that changes something. How many days would you like to rest? How about 1? I don't know if that really did any good or not. I don't know what. I have no way of how to gauge this at all. How we just continue up the trail. Let's just go hell-bent for whatever. Now what is this that we're coming up to? You pass a grave site. Would you like to look closer? Yeah, why not? It's probably going to have somebody's name on it. Here lies a... All right, I guess that was incomplete, so. You are now at Chimney Rock. Would you like to look around? Sure. All right, here, let's look at the map, Chimney Rock. Interesting. Yeah, all right, well. We might as well continue up the trail, right? And, okay. Wrong trail, lose 1. How do I go down the wrong trail? I don't understand that. All right. Lucas has dysentery. Man, it sucks for you, Lucas. Again, though, it doesn't seem to give me anything to do about it, other than to just, know that it's happened. You're now at Fort Laramie. Would I like to look around? Sure, why not? All right, press the space bar. Hey, there's Indians there. Now, I wonder if they're going to be, how brutal they will be with, what went on between Indians and the settlers, as it were. Yeah. We're going to run out of food, aren't we? Yeah, let's look around. Yay for us. Let's check our supplies, because I think we're running out of stuff, aren't we? Oxen, yeah, I still have plenty of oxen. Sets of clothing, tons of clothing. Pounds of food, barely any. We have like a day's worth of food left. Time we're going to die. I guess we'll have to start killing the oxen. Oh no. Yeah, sure. a spare part. Okay. Oh, let's hunt for food. Actually, maybe we should attempt to trade first, maybe, huh? Maybe I'm not paying attention to my options as closely as I should, huh? Another immigrant who wants one wagon wheel. You don't have this. Press. How about hunt for food? I can't because I have no bullets. Well, I guess we'll have to attempt to trade. Who wants one set of clothing? He will trade you one wagon wheel. Yes. All right, let's do attempt to trade. How about that again? All right. I guess we're going to have to try to trade for some food, huh? I don't have any of that. Is this fairly just sort of randomly generated? I don't know. Oh, hey, there's people coming in there all of a sudden now that I didn't notice. Trade for food. Hey, Lucas. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm okay. I'm kind of half-assedly playing this game, and I realize I'm probably not doing such a good job of it. But what is my choice now? We need to get some food, don't we? Because I have like no food. Let's attempt to trade again, I guess. So I got clothing and I got oxen. I'm wondering, you know, I am going to trade an oxen for a wagon axle because that gives me just more things to trade. So I still need food though, so yeah, we'll do that. That's fine. Is that enough food for us to go, or should we get more? I think let's get more food. This is getting kind of slow, isn't it? You mean who wants an ox? We don't. Okay, let's go ahead and do this, I guess, so we can have some things. No, I don't want. We don't need it. I think I'd rather not take an ox for clothing, or give up an ox for clothing. I don't want to do that trade. Wants 2 sets of clothing. She'll trade you 1 wagon tongue. I'm assuming that's a spare part. Sure, let's take one of those. Yeah. I think I should have got fewer oxen, huh? At the beginning. I don't want that. I only have 8 pounds of food. No, I don't want that. What happens if you actually run out of food? Am I going to croak? I don't have any food, man. All right, yeah, we'll trade the wagon tongue that I just got for food because, you know, I need the food. Well, let me see. What do I have? Let's look at our supplies. I don't know. My fear is that, because 48 pounds of food, I don't think that's going to get us very far. I keep feeling like everybody just starts dying. All right, well, you know. I guess we should just, you know, just wait for everybody to croak then. I meet another immigrant who wants 51 pounds of... No, I don't have food to spare, man. It's one wagon wheel. I don't know. It's actually getting a little frustrating. You don't really have very many options to choose from that actually make sense. I don't have that. What's an ox for 123 bullets? No, I think I'm fine on bullets for the moment. I don't know whether I am or not because I don't know how fast you use them up in this. I don't know. Oh, wait, I got bullets. I can hunt for food, can't I? You know, I'm going to give him that, and I will take the axle. And I'm going to say hunt for food. Start or stop walking, spacebar to fire the rifle, to point the rifle. All right. All right, okay, I guess we'll, I don't know, is this going to give me something that actually... Oh, I see. I forgot what's to fire. Is it the spacebar to fire? Do I move here? I don't really walk around or anything, do I? Oh, I guess can I do this? I guess I can do that. Oh. All right, that's fine. I'm bad at hunting for food, so I'm gonna not even bother with that. Then the game ends. All right, well, you know what? Let's just go down the trail. Let's see what I want to see what happens when we die, frankly, because MSC has broken his leg. Man, I feel bad for you, man. Lose trail. Indians help find food. Yay, good for them. Oh man, sorry MSC. He was a good friend of mine. Oh man, James, you got measles. Now you're going to get the rest of us sick. We're all going to croak. Lucas has a fever. Yeah, sure, why not? Okay, there's an Indian there. Apparently they're friendly to us, which is, you know, I wonder how often that actually happened. I don't know. I just want to go down the trail. Okay, the trail divides here. Head for Green River Crossing. Head for the Fort Bridger. Let's see the map. What was the other choice? Fort Bridger or the other one? What was it again? Green River Cross. I don't see that one. Okay, let me see the map again. Huh. Am I just being blind? I want to try this one. I don't know where that goes. See if it... South Pass, it's 57 miles of Green River. Okay, that's fine. Yes. Oh, all right. Lucas has died. Oh, man. You're already buried, man. I'm just going to continue until we're all dead now at this point. Oh, I can't continue. All right, let's trade for a wheel, I guess, then, shall we? All right, doesn't help me out any. How many pounds of food? We have 0 pounds of food. Yeah, sure, why not? And we still haven't figured out that wheel yet, have we? So see, this starts to get pretty tedious, huh? I'm sure it's based on the fact that I made some pretty silly choices at the beginning, but I don't have this. Wait, he will trade you with that. Once 1 ox, he will trade you. One set of clothing for an ox? Are you kidding me? No. What's 1 wagon wheel? All right. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait. Oh, no. Wait, you'll need another. He will trade you 20. Yeah, why not? We still have to fix that wheel, don't we? Wait, what happened here? What's going on? I don't have that. I don't have that. Okay, meet another immigrant who wants 100 bullets. He will trade 50 pounds of food. Yeah, sure, why not? It leaves me with not very many bullets, but I still need to try to fix that wheel. Sure, why not? We're going to be naked, man. Nah, I don't care about that. Because I think I have a wagon. What the hell happened here? There we go. No. It's 3 wagon wheel. I don't have these. No. I seem to be kind of stuck in a weird loop, huh? One ox for 1 set of clothing. I don't know. I keep looking at that going, what? Are you kidding me? This is insane. Okay, hang on. There we go. You're far from tasty. Oh, man. Okay. Yep, I will, when I get to the triggers, I will do that. But I was going to see if we could watch everybody die, but it looks like, yeah, we can't go up the trail because I don't have a wheel. He wants a set of clothing. Sure, why not? Let's, now we have no clothing. We're naked. I don't have that, so okay. Who wants? I know. No. All right. No. Oh, and he wants 2 wagon axles. Okay, I do need a wheel, though, right? That's what I'm after here, so yes. Okay, now I should be able to continue up the trail. Oh, no. James has exhaustion. I'm sorry to hear that, James. James has died. Oh, man. There's only like 3 of us left, right? Aladdin has a fever. Man, I fear you're next. Or Aladdin, excuse me. What is this now? You're dead. Alright, well. There's only 2 people, yeah. Okay, I have dysentery. I guess I'm going to die next. Oh, I'm dead. Here lies Bill. No. Alright, I'll just say end. Well, I think clearly next time I'm going to have to, let's just go to, oh, I already tried this. Yeah, that's fine, I don't care. I already did this, right? We ended that because I broke myself. So let's not bother with gaming right now. Let's go back to this part. Let's do this. Oops, my other thing is, my ad break thing is done. Okay, so you know what? It's time for me to have another break. And this one's going to be an ad break, everybody. And then when I come back, we'll do some triggers. I'll start with the tracing, and then I'll do brushing, etc., and all that kind of thing. All right, so we'll do doing this. Okay, let's do, let me get a drink of water. I think I liked doing the finger tracing with the, what it was, Labradorite? Is that what the guy said it was? Who was it that suggested that it was Labradorite? I don't remember. Okay. So I guess what we'll do is we'll just start with, okay, because this is the more comfortable means for me to, you know, I'm going to try and do, let's try this. Just because I think it might be fun. I'm going to hold it with a green screen glove on my hand, but then I'll trace it with, you know, my normal finger. So that way maybe it'll appear like the thing is just sort of floating there. Is this going to work right? Is that? Maybe I got this. These gloves are so hinky. Because they're not, it's not really like, one of the things is obviously a thumb and the other thing is obviously a pinky, you know what I mean? So it's really hard to tell which was supposed to go to what. I think. Well, let me try it this way. It felt uncomfortable that way. I'm just making things more complicated for myself, it seems. Nope, that's even worse. I guess these suits really weren't designed for comfort, though, were they? They were just cheap and chroma keyed. does that look like it's more or less floating? If I can try to hold it in the... You know what, here, let me do this. Let me do this like this, I guess. There, that'll be less glary. So there's the floating bit of labradorite. So I guess I'll just start with tracing along the edge here first. Well, I'm glad you liked it, James. Doing some tracing. And the one I like to do is where I'm doing it like this. We're going to go. It's weird to hold it like that and do it like this. Let's try like that, like this. I wanted to have it so it was like mostly the stone without any computer screen in it, you know what I mean? From the reflection. Let's go back to just kind of tracing along the edge, and again, it's so weird to hold this thing. I guess what I'll do after this, I'm going to do the letters and numbers thing, and then I might do some more. Just, oops, it did the zoom thing, didn't it? Well, you know, why not? Let's just leave it zoomed in, I suppose. And I just need to reposition myself now. I'll just zoom it back out later. Maybe that'll actually work okay for this, yeah. Although the illusion of the floating stone is not as convincing like that, is it? All right, let's do the letters and numbers thing. Let's go back this way, Bill. So we'll do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, oh, it went back. I didn't even notice. P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You know, just for good measure, I will spell my name. So, W, I, L, L, I, A. I'm spelling my given name, by the way. A, M. So William, and now Charles is my middle name. C, H, A, R, L, E, S, P, O, S, C, H, M, A, N. There you go. So there's a bit of tracing. I'll probably come back to that a little bit later. What are you seeing reflected in that? Let's see. That's there. That's that's OBS. And then over there is the other monitor that's showing the DuckDuckGo. I just switched it off the game to that because it's darker and it glares less back at me. So I don't know, is that what you saw? Oops. Yeah, and now I'm gonna take off the glove, I think. It's difficult to hold things. These things weren't invented for gripping stuff, man. And also, the way this suit was designed, I think, well, there's a zipper on it, right? But it fits better if you zip it with the zipper going up the back. But I have stopped wearing it that way, even though it's kind of weird. Just because if I have to use the restroom, then I have to like almost get completely undressed. Whereas if I have if I wear it backwards with the zipper in the front, then obviously it's fine. And since I have a beard, and you can't really see the zipper anyway, can you? Right? I don't mind. But my beard hides it anyway, so what difference does it make? Anyway. Hey, Kutu. Or is it Ku2? Okay, so what did I say I was going to do after the finger tracing? Let me put this aside for a minute. And Bill Chuck, yeah, that was a thing people have called me in the past, Bill Chuck. Oops, sorry about that. Just kind of clipped on the meters there. Yeah, there was a thing that was, how did it go? It was like it was a takeoff on or a variation of the how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. So it was like how much bill could a bill chuck bill if a bill chuck could bill or something like that. I don't remember how it went now, but it was something like that. I think it was my uncle, my mom's brother, that used to say that to me. Anyway, he was also named Charles. Well, actually, my name is my name. I'm sure I've told you guys this before. So my mom and my dad knocked my mom up when they were very young. He was still in high school and she had just graduated, so she was a year older than him. And in my dad's family, there had been this tradition that the firstborn of every generation is named William, and it's William, the mother's maiden name, and then Poshman, that's my last name. And but my dad, who was the second born of his generation, his brother being William, right, because he's the oldest. So my dad beat his brother to having a kid. So it was like, oh wait, the second of a generation is actually now having the first of a generation, right? You know what I mean? So that's not the way it usually works. Anyway, but so he wanted to name me William to kind of keep the tradition going, even though he wasn't a William himself. And everybody thought that was great. And my dad's brother said that he wasn't going to name his kid William anyway because he didn't care about the tradition. And so my dad said, cool. So I got named William. But my mom's maiden name is Wilcox. And they didn't want to name me William Wilcox Postman. I guess they thought William Wilcox just seemed, I don't know, they didn't like it. Anyway, so my mom's father's first name is Charles. And so that's where Charles comes from. Instead of her maiden name, it's her father's first name. Anyway, but my uncle, her brother, was a junior, so he was also Charles. So we called him Chuck, though. And actually, my grandfather, even though he was named Charles, he went by Paul, and I don't remember why that was. But anyway, how long is your hair? Yeah, my hair is that long. I mean, it's kind of wispy, and there isn't much there. I mean, you can see that I have that wispy nonsense on the top here, which it just annoys me. But one of these days, it'll just go away completely. And I'd rather have it just be smoothly bald than this whatever Cupid doll nonsense that crap is. But anyway, yeah, I guess that's it. That's about all there is to, you know, where my name comes from. And then, yeah, the beard is, obviously you guys can see the beard more frequently because it's right up there in front. Okay, what was I going to do next? You know, I don't think I had any. You know, let's do the big old chunk of wood, or the good old chunk of wood. Oops, Daisy, don't bang things, Bill. So, as usual, I'm going to start with just the pads of my fingers. So while I'm kind of doing a little bit of tapping over there, I will do the typical, maybe some whispering, maybe some soft speaking over here while the tapping happens over there. So how many of you are students, and who's going back to school when, and where are you at in your scholastic career? I'm assuming that most of you are adults, as I do check the box on my channel in the back end that this channel is not for children, although I don't make it so that it's age restricted, though. I just assume, I don't make it for kids, but kids are going to figure out what they're going to figure out, and they're going to find it, especially on the internet, you know what I mean? Wow, Myanmar. Okay, wait a minute. Let me see if I can remember this. I'm probably going to totally mispronounce it because I've been trying, if you've watched any of my geography videos, you know, I've been trying to learn, you know, geography facts, basically just countries' names, where they're located on the globe, and, you know, capitals. And I'm totally going to mispronounce it, but I think Myanmar's capital is it something like Naypyidaw or something? Something like that. Anyway. Let me know how badly I mispronounced that. Wow, you Chicago, all right. At the end of September. Wow, so you have a whole month and something left. Almost 2 months, actually, because it's, you know, just the beginning of August, really, isn't it? What do you study in Myanmar? Wow, that's crazy cool. Anyway, so I should whisper over here, since, you know, I did some whispering over there, right? It's only fair that each ear gets a little bit of its own, you know, whisper, whisper, whisper. A little bit of close-up whisper, whisper, whisper. Whisper, 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 whisper. Whisper, 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 whisper. While I'm doing the tapping, of course. know it's almost time for another break. Except this won't be an ad break, though. It'll just be a regular break. But and when I come back from the break, I will be continuing with, just more triggers for a while. Whisper, 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 whisper. Oh, wow. Birthday in school, right? "16, wow, you're just a kid." If you're 16, this month actually, in, 18 days, I'm going to turn 60. Heebie-jeebie, man, I remember 16. Zowie. I was a pretty awkward, I don't know, socially clumsy guy. Whisper, 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 whisper. Okay, I'm going to go back over here. Oh, and also at Lego J, what is it that you're studying at U Chicago? Whisper, 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 whisper. Or have you told me that before and I've just forgotten? Well, I'm certainly old enough to be your grandpa, that's for sure, Kutu. Whoopsie daisy, there it went. Okay, so let me do the thing. I'm going to take a break. I will be back in just a short period. Back to here. And there we go, I'm back. And hey, Nasal Penny, how you doing? Oh wow, political science with pre-law. All right. What type of law? Or are you doing political science in pre-law because you're planning on going into like a government sort of situation? Anyway, so what, I don't know if I'm really wanting to do the crinkle bag just yet. I think I'll put that off for a bit still. I want to do just a short little bit of, and then I'll move on to the brush, I think. But I like doing this. It's a fairly new sound, but the one with the chopstick and the mason jar. And oh, by the way, for those of you who have been following and paying any kind of attention, I was actually able to make my first batch of a successful batch of homemade ginger ale, made out of water, ginger, and sugar. That's it. I mean, it's really good too. It's very spicy though, much spicier than you get out of a one at the grocery store, but I like it. It's really good. Let's see what we get here. Yeah, there it is. Can you guys hear that? Or is it too low frequency? Somebody's going by with the, with the subwoofer thing in their car. Wait, so which show are you going to watch tomorrow, Hazel Penny? Wow, constitutional law, cool. That's good. That's a worthy thing, man. Right on for you. Yeah, I like this sound too, Rational. Let's go back to the other ear for a little while. So much has changed recently, right? I'll leave that one alone because I don't want to go down the path of getting into any kind of political discussion this evening. Oh, Hazel Penny. And Gachiakuta? I don't know that one. Gachiakuta, what is that? Is that another anime? I watch One Piece pretty sporadically, but I do enjoy it when I watch it. I mean, it's silly as hell, but... And I liked the live action version, frankly. I enjoyed it. But Gachiakuta? Oh, wow, okay. All right, let's move. What are we going to do next? Yep, somebody's setting off fireworks. I don't know what that's about. And now that's going to set off the dogs. Okay, so what do I want to do? Oh, you know what? Let's do beard brush. How about that? Actually, I'll do an actual bit of beard brushing here for a bit too. Why not? Oh, I already did a pass at Wordle, and I only made it, well, I stopped as soon as I made one mistake, so maybe I'll go back and play a little bit more later, but, because I guess they let you keep going even if you screw some of them up, but yeah, I might play a little bit more later. No, it's fine, we're not going to go down any political, deep stuff, but I can respect somebody trying to want to make a difference. You know, that's a valuable thing for the humans to have. Yeah, I agree with you, Nasal Penny. I mean, if you're actually looking for the purpose of helping people, then that shouldn't be political. But so we can leave that be. Humans should help humans. I believe in that deeply. I think humans should help humans. I think art should be things that humans make for humans. You know, just to, you know, I'm sure some of you have heard me give my, you know, kind of bit of rant and whatever on, you know, how I feel about AI. I mean, I think it's fine as a tool, as long as it's being genuinely used as a tool, you know, but because art and stuff should be made by humans for other humans, period. I mean, I'll be willing to entertain the idea that there could be, you know, intelligently, you know, AI type stuff, when that stuff can demonstrate to me where I buy that it's actually sentient, you know, because then I'll believe, okay, if you're actually sentient, then maybe you have something to offer me, you know, as a being. But, you know, otherwise, man, art should be stuff that humans make for humans, whether it's dance or music or painting or sculpture or any of that stuff. Oh yeah, you didn't realize that, Victor? So yeah, this is dirt. Yeah, oh here, let's do that. Well, we might as well for fun. I'm going to do this in a video sometime. For actually the whole video. I have to figure out something funny to do, but bear with me because I'm going to take off my glasses so it'll work better. And I'll go ahead and take this off. So there we are. So here we go. So wait, I have to make sure I get it going in the right direction because it's kind of a weird shaped thing, isn't it? Okay, here we go. So now I'm just a beard and a mouth. So what I'm thinking I might do is if I can, you know, kind of position everything in a decent way, I'm going to get googly eyes and put it on my beard and then, you know, reposition the camera better so you can, you know, see everything like that, but then, you know, reposition myself so I can do one of those weird upside down face things, you know. So I can kind of make it out through that because the fabric is, you can kind of see through it, but heebie-jeebie. Anyway. Man, when I first got this thing, I was so just giddy with, you know, I don't know, it's like a kid getting a new toy, you know? And so, yeah, and then I did it for the mind test thing, and then, or no, was it mind test? No, it was, when did I do that? I guess it was floating head, what was it? Man, I can't even remember now. Well, whatever. You guys have seen it already, so. Yeah, anyway, that's good enough. I guess now let's pull it forward a little bit. I feel like I got myself all kind of sideways and discombobulated a bit there. Yeah. Put my glasses back on so I can kind of see what I'm. Yeah. Wait, not that way. That way goes this way. This way goes this way. There. That's better. All right. Anyway. I could kind of see you there for a second, but. Well, you know, you can make art for cats if you like, but, you know, that's art for cats. Yeah, that's fine. You know, make what you want to make. But my thinking is, though, that if you're really making art for cats, I think it's probably going to, you know, I don't think the cats are going to make any art back for you. Anyway, so if I go back to the beard brush and I get the hair out. And there we go. Now we'll do some tapping. popular. And now this dog's upstairs too. Yeah, you know, I could play Mastermind. What would I need to do to make that work? Because it doesn't work with, for some reason, the Brave browser is broken with it. Give me a quick sec. I can do a thing, can't I? I could do this. And then I could put this over here and go like that. Yeah, that should be. I'm going to go switch that back now, though. And then now this back like that. And there we go. Yeah, I would be able to play Mastermind, but I will probably do a little bit more of Wordle first, and then I might do some Mastermind. I'll maybe do that after the next break. Because we only have about an hour left, so that's like 3 breaks or so. Or 3 segments, I guess. Wait, what was this? No, Have any of you guys watched any of those videos for what they call the Alexander technique? I've been finding these ones on YouTube, and they're like, well, from like the late 80s and stuff. Well, not all of them, but there's several like from the late 80s and stuff that I find very interesting. And they're pretty, that's kind of like the unintentional ASMR type stuff. Well, you know, yeah, all the cats that I tend to, you know, meet around here are pretty feral, so you might be right. The only thing those cats have done for me is killed a couple of my plants in the garden by scratching at them when they're using our garden for their litter box, you know? So you're right, it's the wrong class of cats, huh? If cats make art, what do dogs make? Do I go fishing? No, I have been fishing, but I don't really fish. I mean, I haven't been fishing since I was a kid. I had a couple of friends that were into fishing, and I kind of went with them a couple of times, and a friend of mine took me and my sister with his 2 sons, and we kind of did that a couple of times, but I never really got the fishing bug, but I'm glad you're excited. I hope you have a good time. Yeah, the sitting technique thing, yeah. Messes. Did I miss something? Yeah, yeah. If you're thinking of the same one I am, yeah. This old guy, he's like really kind of thin, and he's talking about how when at the beginning when they're sitting and they're basically doing next to nothing, and then like they start and then they go around doing turns, right? And he starts talking about what turns are, and it's a short lesson or whatever. Yeah, really, totally zones me out. Okay, we're inside of the 2-minute warming for the next ad break, and it's going to be, well, yeah, it's going to be a break, right? Because it's every 20 minutes or whatever, but this one will be an ad break. So for those of you who get the ads, bolster yourself, because you know how YouTube does. They might, blast you. Yeah, that's the guy, huh? Yeah. It's very nostalgic for me to watch, because I think that one is from like 88 or something like that. And because the first time I went to the UK was in 85. And so it's really nostalgic for me, because I had a really, really good time. But just like the clothes they wear and the whole decor of the place and everything just seems pretty much a lot like what I remembered when I was there. I've never seen the Bill Alexander guy. I'll have to look for him. German Bob Ross. That would be interesting. Okay, here comes the next break, gang. Okay. Let's come back to here. Okay, I'm back. And okay, I'm going to go back to doing the gaming thing, but let me do this to set this up. I'm going to go back to Wordle for a bit. And let's switch to the gaming window. There we go. Let me just go ahead and do this. And well, I'm not going to get this. So what was that? That's going to be. I'm not even sure what that's going to be. Is it cared? No, I'm not sure what they wanted. Acrid? I'm not even sure what that is. All right, well, I didn't get that one, so I'll do a couple more just for why not? Oh, let me move myself. Give me a quick sec. I'm going to shrink myself here. Now I'm just this little guy down here in the corner. Okay, that'll have to do. All right, here we go. Let me get in the right window again. Here we are. So, cushy. joint freak. And that looks like that's going to be trunk. That one's probably flunk, isn't it? And that's probably plain. That's going to be a lefty. Hey, that's me. What is that? Delt? No. Oh, I wasn't even paying attention, was I? So the A. So the L's in the middle. Aglet. No. Valet, probably, huh? Yay. And let's do this thing again. Oops. Cushy. Joint freak. So what is that? It's going to be... I'm not at all certain what that one is. Well, let's put in plum, see what that gives me, if anything. That one's party, isn't it? And... Ombre. I-D-I-O-M. No, that's not it, because the M's not last, you moron. Okay. Oh, feign is that one, isn't it? All right. What is that one? Denim is one, that one maybe? And woody maybe? So what's this one? What am I not seeing? Does anybody have any ideas? I'm drawing a blank. I may be forced to use a tool. Gizmo? Okay. Zowie. That one might be lofty or something like that. Well, let's put in plum. Yeah, that's lofty. That one is probably bring. And equal, maybe. And what, Greek? outer. I don't know, waxed. All right. And let's do oopsie daisy. And well, again, I'll use plum. Is this going to be beach? Yeah. And this is rupee, isn't it? That's a word that gets used a lot in these games. Mooch, I'm assuming. Minnie the Moocher. Cab Calloway. Man, I haven't thought about him in a gazillion years. What is that? Golly? Golly gee whiz? No? Okay. Oh, godly probably, huh? Oh no. Probably rivet, I guess. What do we have here now? What? I am baffled by both of these in a moment. Air? No, can't be aired because the D's gone. Well, what's the other one then? Have USMME. Nexus, maybe? Is that how you spell that? Is that right? I don't know what that is. What do you know? What time is this going to be? Because I should also, after this one, I'm going to go play some of the Mastermind thing. And snout. I think that one is fauna. Stare. Probably manga. And I'm going to put in plum, see what, if anything, it gives us here. Probably prowl. How's that? Paper, parer. It could be a lot of things, man. Paver. What's that other one, though? Radio, maybe? Oops. Livid, I guess, probably is that one. So now I've got 2 to get this. Well, let's try this. Now, then let's try paper. What do you know? All right. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, let's just set this here just so it darkens it out for me for a minute. Now I want to go to here. I'm going to say to this, I want to do this to switch it to, where is it at? There we go. All right, so now let me get to that window. And we'll do this. And there we go. Well, there's no red. Let's try blue. There is one blue. Oops, there we go. Let's put in some yellow. There is one. So let's move the blue and just choose one of the yellows. All right, I'm going to guess that the blue is right and move the yellow, although that's just a guess at this point. Hey, good guess. I'll just do this one and then these like this, I suppose, just for why not? I know a lot of times I go left to right, but I don't know, once in a while just to change things up, you know? Let's put in the black one. Yep, there we go. Oh, somebody did a, hey Ben, how's it going? And hello back to New Zealand from California. Glad you could come hang out. From the House of Bulldog. Hey, cool. You know, the bulldog thing just sort of made me think of when I was a teenager. Well, many of you have seen me talk about my Fiberflex board, which is over there, my GNS Fiberflex skateboard. But another skateboard I owned for a while was a Dogtown, and it was a Wes Humston, but it was the bulldog design that he did back in, holy mackerel, that would have been 77, something like that, 77, 78. Anyway. That's what came to mind when I see bulldog anywhere. There is red this time. All right, there is a blue, but it goes there. Let's move the red. All right, we're certain about the blue, so we know it goes. We know the red moves. Yellow's out, so let's try green. Okay, so we know the blue for sure. Both of these are all whites, which means the green has to go to where the red was. The red only has one place to go, so those are all perfectly fine now. So now it's just figuring out which one goes there on the second spot, so it's not pink. Will it be the white one? Nope. Will it be the black one? Nope, it'll be the purple one. And we'll do this. The blue one goes there. There we go. What? I got some comments now. $78? Okay, cool. Oh, wow, right on. Oh, wow. Wow. I'm glad you like the place, Ben. Thank you. I'm glad you've been enjoying those. I like the mind tests. I like playing the mind test videos, which, of course, this Monday will be another mind test Monday. So everybody should be looking forward to that. And, of course, a week from Monday will be the first ever Mind Test Monday live at 4 p.m. on Monday, August 11th. So I hope those of you who have the time to spare on that Monday afternoon in my time, California, but And of course it'll be done with the floating head, floating head and new keyboard. Which I didn't hook that up tonight because, although I suppose I did make a fair amount of keyboard noises with the typing earlier, didn't I? I forget about that I do that on this show. I always think of it, especially being for the mind test, because there's so much moving around. Or like if I was doing Sokoban or something. Although I think it's about time I did another epic Sokoban. How many of you guys actually like the Sokoban videos? I mean, I like making them, but so I will probably continue making them. But there we go. Okay, more comments. Hey, Sinner. I'm doing all right. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying the stuff, Sinner. And wow, 7 a.m. That's, well, I guess that could be a good time to go to sleep. Anytime's a good time to go to sleep if you're sleepy. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'm glad you've been liking the videos so much. And yeah, wow, Saudi Arabia, crazy. I don't know. I wonder. You may be a unique viewer. Well, you're the only one who I remember having gotten any kind of message from Saudi Arabia. But that's good to know. I like it when I hear people from other places that like my stuff. Like earlier tonight, there was a person that was from Myanmar. That's Kutu, right? Who was from Myanmar? Okay, wait, so... Okay, cool. Brian likes Sokoban. Well, I'm glad you could make it, Ben, too. I mean, I'm happy when any of you guys make it, to be truthful. I mean, this is kind of it's turned into my social Saturday night, you know? So, I mean, I guess it's, technically part of my job now, right? That's, since I'm trying to do this, the YouTube thing. But, this aspect of it is also just fun. So it makes it better for me when more of you guys show up. So I'm glad you came. Yeah, and the reason I picked the 4 o'clock time frame, to be honest, is it's the latest time on Mondays that like YouTube gives me this little graph on the end of the, or not on the end, on in the analytics page on my back end, and it indicates that most of my viewers are on YouTube from like about 2 to about 4 on Mondays. Now, it doesn't say that they're watching my videos. It just says that they happen to be on YouTube. So, oh, right, yeah, you guys are, I forget how big the Pacific Ocean is at times, you know what I mean, and how far away you guys are in New Zealand. You guys are remote. I would really like to go there, It just seems like it's a beautiful place. And man, I like the TV show Taskmaster, and I really like it with Greg Davis and the guy Alex Horn, who's the guy that invented it. But truthfully, it's oh man, I haven't watched it in a while, but it's Jeremy something, and I can't think of the young guy. Is it Paul or something like that? That's his sidekick or whatever, or the assistant or something. No, I can't think of his name. But I like the New Zealand version. It's turned into my favorite version of Taskmaster. That alone is a reason to want to go there. But just all the the film footage I've seen, from like tourism stuff, and of course Lord of the Rings, right? Oh, I just missed your comment, Sinner, about the cam position. Well, I'm glad it's working for you, man. And I'm glad that you like the stuff that I'm doing, man. That means a lot to me that it's successful. No, not really. I've done a little bit of traveling. I've not really seen much of the United States. Let's see. Well, obviously, I've been around California quite a bit. Let's see. I've been to Texas a few times, but only going somewhere else, like at layovers and stuff like that. And I've been to Maryland because of a job interview. I've been to Indiana for both business and a couple of funerals. I went to Washington, D.C. as a kid as a school field trip. And otherwise, I've been on 2 cruises, I guess. One down to Cozumel, one through the Panama Canal. I've been to the UK. Oops, my alarm thing went off and I didn't even notice it. Well, yeah, I'll finish talking about my traveling when I come back. I'm going to take a quick break. Here, and you know what I'm going to do, since we're not going to be having any more breaks, I'm just going to go straight to the end now because it's coming up on 10 o'clock, so I'll just take it straight to 10:20 at this point. Let's see, so where was I finished off? Okay, so the Panama Canal cruise, I guess, right? And 85 was the first time I went to Europe, and actually it was just to the UK. I was there for 2 months. Then the next time I went to Europe was I was in the Netherlands for 3 months, except for about a week or so that I spent in the UK visiting a friend of mine, who's a guy who teaches art. At that time, he lived in Southsea, which is kind of down by Portsmouth. And then in '98, I went back again to the Netherlands. It was again supposed to be for 3 months, but I ended up having a falling out with the guy that I went there to hang out with or whatever. And anyway, so I spent the last month or so in the UK again, staying with my friend down in Southsea. I think that's about it. I feel like I'm missing something, but yeah, that's about it. So not really all that well traveled. I would like to travel a lot more, frankly, but it used to be that, well, time and money are the 2 things, aren't they? And it's like right now I have little of both, and so. Well, hopefully you can make it here. If you ever make it here, let me know. Maybe we can figure out a means of meeting at some place and I'll have a soft drink and you can have whatever you have, but I don't drink, so. And what am I doing that for? Let me do this. I was going to go back to here for a second and play a little bit more of Mastermind. And there's that. There's that. Actually, after I do this game, I'm going to do some brushing. I haven't done brushing tonight, have I? I don't even know if I'm going to get to the crinkle bag tonight. Okay, well, we know pink's going to go there. And we know yellow has to go there. So now it's just which one of these 3 goes there. And there you go. What do you know? So, brushing. Let's go back to here. And let me get the craft brush. Come here, you. Okay. Craft brush. I should look at the camera, shouldn't I? There we go. brushing. I like the brushing sounds. I keep saying to myself that I'm going to get some brushes that I'll have a bigger variety of brushes to, do this sort of thing with. Like, like a makeup brush or something like that, or maybe like I don't know, like a full-sized paintbrush kind of thing, maybe, I don't know. Just to see what kind of different. Because I know that I like a lot of the brushing sounds that especially a lot of the women that do the makeup tutorials, like they have all those variety of makeup brushes that seem to make a lot of nice brush sounds on microphones. Here, let's do that. Leaning one place and brushing the other, right? So I'll speak softly and whisper over here. Whisper, 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 while I'm brushing over there. Oops, I missed the microphone, dude. So whispering over here, but brushing over there. Whispering over here and 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 brushing over there. Now switch, shall we? So now I'll be whispering over here and brushing over there and whispering over here and brushing over there and whispering over here and oops, upstairs noise, man, upstairs noise. Wow, hopefully that's not too intrusive. But there we go. Whisper, 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 brush, brush, brush. 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 Whisper, whisper, whisper. Whisper, whisper, whisper. Brush, brush, brush. Whisper, whisper, whisper. Brush, 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 right? Whispering and brushing and whispering and brushing and whispering and brushing. And whispering and brushing and whispering and brushing and whispering and brushing and whispering and brushing. And I'll switch again. I'm feeling antsy all of a sudden tonight. And so now we'll do some whispering and brushing and some more whispering and brushing. Whispering and brushing and whispering and brushing. And whispering and brushing and whispering and brushing. Yeah, I was going to put on the green gloves, and that way the brush would just look like it was floating, but yeah, they're all the way over there, and I don't feel like grabbing them right now, so. Whisper, whisper, whisper. Whisper, whisper, whisper. Whisper, 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 whisper. And whisper, whisper, whisper. Whisper, whisper, whisper. Whisper, whisper, whisper. I'm feeling like doing crinkle back. So that's enough brushing for right now. Probably for the rest of the night. But maybe I'll come back to it, maybe not. So, starting, as I often do, with the metallicized plastic snack bar wrapper. Oh, cool. Glad you could at least catch part of it, Felix. I hope you can, that we can just zone you right back to sleep, man. I hope you like crinkling, because that's what I'm going to be doing for most of the rest of the show. Handmade white noise, that's a cool thing, yeah. I really like that. That's a good description, man. There you go. Okay, I'm going to switch to one of the other options of crinkle. Put that one down here. This one. This one is starting to get... There's less bubble in it now, but it still makes a nice crinkle noise. Oh, and coming up, probably later, I think it's next Thursday, is going to be the crinkle extravaganza, I think. Let me double check my calendar. Yeah, Thursday the 7th is at least currently scheduled to be a crinkle thing. A crinkle trigger video, so... And I've been trying to think of what I could do to have it be not just, you know, your run-of-the-mill crinkle video, but I don't know. I'll leave it, because I haven't recorded it yet, obviously. If I'm also like a good crinkle. Move on to the rustly bit one. I like this. It's not so much crinkly, but I like it anyway. Aloha, Atomic Ninja. Test Monday Whispered Edition. Interesting. That might happen. There's no reason it shouldn't, except for that I get tired whispering, you know what I mean? It physically causes me to be, it's harder to whisper for a length of time than it is to soft speak, but yeah, I get it. I'll just have to, there's the thing, I always forget that when I'm working on trying to record stuff that I need to remind myself to take breaks, much as I do here, you know what I mean? Anyway, I have a lot of bad habits I need to unlearn. But yeah, whispering on a mind test would be alright. All 50 states in a van, that's a pretty ambitious thing, man. But yeah, you could have a lot of fun doing it, I suppose, yeah. Hey Rob, how's it going, man? Hey Lando, thank you, man. Okay, we all know how this goes, right? So, 3 cheers to Lando peeps. Hip hip hooray. Hip hip hooray. Hip hip hooray. And the crowd goes. Thanks again, Lando. What's Rob saying? Oh, well, I'm glad you made it back for the end. I'm sorry that you had to miss any of it, but, you know, stuff happens, man. The world is the world, right? Yeah, that's my, I don't know, it just seems like a fun thing to do. Well, I'm glad you liked it, Ben. Okay, so now we're going to do the bubble wrap pouches. So there's this one, which has I would expect nothing less, Rob. And this one has this sound, but so that they're just different enough that I really like doing them at the same time. Oh, there you go. That's an interesting way of looking at it. I guess that's the danger of some ASMR videos, isn't it, right? They zone you out well enough that you just go snooze and then oopsie daisy. Well, I guess it depends on what I'm after when I'm doing ASMR, because, you know, sometimes it's for relaxation and kind of taking a nap. And, no, don't be doing that. Stop, stop, stop. Thank you. The camera and its its weird gesture things. It's like, dude, just don't misinterpret what I'm doing, man. Oh, the camera didn't really end up right back where it started from, did it? Frustrates me when it does that stuff. Oh no, dude, yeah, you don't want to. Please, no car accidents while you're trying to listen to my stuff. That sucks. Well, since you're here alive and giving us messages, clearly you're alive, so that's a good thing. Yeah, I suppose for me it's about, I don't know, is it 50-50? I guess it depends on what kind of day I'm having, right? Because depending on what's going on during the day, because of my back, a lot of times, I was going to say I spend a lot of time on the recliner, but that's not necessarily true. It depends on what's going on. I mean, some days I spend a lot of time on the recliner. But, yeah. Oh, no. I just have this image in my head now of some guy on his floor with a open, like, IKEA, flat Paco furniture kind of thing, right? And it's like it's opened and there's some of the parts and the hardware out and that's it. The guy's just snoozing. Okay, no, I'm going to do the big bag for a while, so let me ditch these. I really like the kind of lower pitched sound of the big Fago crinkle. Oh wow, dude, a double dipping on the money scene, man. Okay, well, I think you did it just so you could get the 3 cheers again, didn't you? Because that's what happens, right? Every time the generosity things go off, then Bill does the, okay gang, 3 cheers for Lando again. Hip hip hooray. Hip hip hooray. Hip hip hooray. And the crowd goes. Well, I'm glad you like it, man. Okay, Atomic Ninja's turn. Okay, so now 3 cheers for Atomic Ninja, everybody. Hip hip hooray. Hip hip hooray. Hip hip hooray. And the crowd goes. Well, I am looking forward to the mind test stream myself too, so I'm glad you are. And make sure that when you're there that you chime in and say, hey. But yeah, thank you for your generosity. I do appreciate it. Oh, I missed a comment from Rob here. Man, it cracks me up, man. Man, I'm baffled at my own power. we're getting down near the end of the stream. It's like hypnosis, right? See, that's the thing, right? If there's ever an opportunity where you and I are actually going to meet in person, I have this idea in my head that like we're going to be sitting having a conversation, and then you're just kind of going, goink. Thank you, Antonio. Man, a friend of mine's mom, when I was younger, had narcolepsy, and it was actually kind of, I mean, she only kind of zoned out on in my presence once, and it was like really disconcerting because she was just sort of like, it was very, I thought she was, I don't know, because I didn't know she had narcolepsy, and my friend explained it to me. I was like, yikes. Okay, any last minute announcements from anybody? Any last minute questions? As we're coming down to the end here. Daisy. I just clipped the meters again. Okay, Gachiakuta. I will look into that. Do I do weddings? You know, I actually have one of those things that I can marry people. If you want me to marry you, I can do that. I actually did. I performed a wedding for my sister and her current guy. So, yeah, I mean, I suppose I have done a wedding. I don't know that it was very ASMR-ish, but... I mean, it was easy for me because it was, you know, pretty straightforward ceremony. I mean, they wanted it short and sweet, and there was a couple of specific things they wanted included, but then otherwise it was pretty basic, you know. So that's it for the crinkle stuff. I'll put that back a little bit later, but okay, I think I'm gonna say that's done for tonight. So yeah, Monday is Mind Test Monday, and then Thursday will be a crinkle and more music channel uploads. Yes, as a matter of fact, I'm working on a thing now that I hope to have a video for. I'm hoping before the end of this month it'll be up. Actually, there's a couple of things, but only one of them will probably likely get up this month. But yeah, there should be a music video this month, I hope. I'm hoping I can get to the place where I just put one out every month. I keep getting these things going, and they're kind of, I have all these fires, or irons in the fire, so to speak, I guess. And I don't know, I just keep getting, I don't know, blocked up somehow as far as like going, it's not quite right, or something, you know. And it's not so much about me being Mr. Perfectionist. It's just, yeah, I don't know what it is, but I got some kind of weird hang up about it, I guess. But yeah, there's going to be stuff coming out for the music channel soon. So, you know what, gang, that's it. I'm going to call that done for tonight. I hope you all had a good time. And thanks again for everybody who, gave me the thank yous and all of that. I really do appreciate it. It helps me a lot. And I will look forward to seeing you guys next week for another live stream. And also, don't forget about on August 11th is the Mind Test Monday Live, 4 p.m. Yeah, my time, right? And what is Rob saying? Okay, yeah, I'll perform the ceremony for you, Rob. That's fine. No, you're not early here. It's almost over, man. So sorry about that. But anyway, so anyway, there you go. Aloha, siblings.